Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Logan, also known as Cosmic, and I am going to be reviewing Everything, Everywhere, All at Once today. So I actually just seen the movie, and I've kind of been wanting to pursue to see the movie and whatnot. I've been too busy to really get around to watching it. So I just went out and bought the movie actually yesterday as we making this video, and I just kind of gave it a shot. So I will tell you, I knew very little about it. I knew there was some kind of multiversal kind of aspect to the movie. And I'm always intrigued by stuff like that. You know, I like stuff along those lines. Me loving the Flash TV show when it was in its prime. You know, I'm like, oh, this is cool. But anyway, so I will tell you, this video might have a little bit of spoilers. I'm not going to try and spoil it too much. But I will tell you, this movie is very, very unique. Now, the premise of the movie is that we follow a woman named Evelyn, and she was pretty much in another universe time, what was the word they used for it? I think it was verse jumping. I couldn't think of the name. It's technical terms. So verse jumping is pretty much when you have other alternate realities of yourself, and you obtain the skills that you never could do in your present universe that you're currently in. So let's say, like, I wanted to become a chef at one point in my life, and I didn't want it, and I didn't pursue it. And it pretty much branches off to another, another alternate reality. In that reality, I became a chef, and then you would kind of obtain through this device that she had made in the Alpha universe, causing her to obtain those abilities. I know it's probably a weird concept. It took me a minute to kind of fully understand it. But I really love the idea, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but really it comes down to her daughter, which was also, not to spoil too many things, I'm going to keep it very brief here. Pretty much her daughter was verse jumping as well, and she was seeing the negative light, the negative aspect, the everything bagel of life, and the mom was also, in my opinion, kind of seeing that as well, but she realized that, after, her husband's giving her all the kindness that she always has really never looked twice about, she was always just a negative presence from her father and whatnot, and then her whole family history, it explains in the movie. She eventually, sees that, you need to look at the positive side of life. The googly eyes, I was doing some research, and really, if you think about it, the googly eyes and the everything bagel is literally like a yin and yang factor of one another. Because the googly eyes have the white on the outside with black in the middle, so meaning you got to look on the bright side, more like the outside of life, and don't just look right at the center. When in the everything bagel, you're looking directly at the negative aspects of life, which is where the daughter comes into play, pretty much wanting to self-delete in the sense of giving all of her negative energy to this bagel, as they call it, more metaphorically kind of explaining like a lost hope, a lost cause, if that makes sense. There's a lot of metaphors in this movie, and I really appreciate that. You just have to really pick up on it. I feel like this is a kind of movie where you wouldn't, let me move this a little closer, where you would kind of have to watch it twice or watch some information, because maybe I'm just a little slow. I could be. But you really have to pay attention when you're watching the movie regardless. It's one of those things, like, it's very out there concept, but it's a very meaningful concept in the same aspect, which I really appreciate with movies. A lot of the time movies have to follow a specific kind of a guideline to make sure all audiences are going to understand it. But those are the kind of movies that make us really appreciate them more, when they take a risk, when they do something that we don't really know of. And I really feel like Everything, Everywhere, All at Once really excelled in that aspect. And I don't really have any negatives of the movie. I just think it was a little bit fast. But that's just because I think it's such a weird kind of, not a weird, but it's such an unheard of kind of movie idea, the way that it just kind of all happened. So it's just one of those movies, you got to keep up with it to the best that you can, and then if you need to do some research afterwards, then you can just go from there. But I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I want to say, whoever did the visuals in this movie, hats off to you, because it was fantastic. I mean, I know the Russo brothers actually co-produced it, or they produced it, I'm not sure. But which I could tell that their kind of style was influenced. I could definitely see some sort of similar effects that I would think of would be. And they kind of gave me like Doctor Strange vibes a little bit, and that's not a bad thing. It reminded me of in certain ways. But just the sheer kind of message of this movie is really look on the bright side, embrace what you're doing now, and just move forward. That's all you can do. And that's kind of the concept that I really got from it, you know. That's why you have all these branching timelines where you could have taken that opportunity, but you didn't. So you're still stuck where you're at in this universe where you're at. So regardless, I really enjoyed the movie. I don't know what the rating on exact. I'd give it somewhere anywhere between, I'd say 8 to a 10. I mean, the way it was just, it's one of those movies like you can't. It's hard to give a rating when you're still thinking currently of it right now. But I would say it's somewhere from the 8 range to the 10. I don't know the exact range, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I would definitely go to watch it yourself and just kind of give it like give it a watch. I mean, seriously, it's one of those movies you're just gonna have to watch and understand what I'm referring to. But regardless, it was a really fun time and a really eye-opening movie, and it kind of just gives you a good aspect of what you're given in life and how to move forward with it, you know. So regardless, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys soon again. Like I said in my previous video, I do want to kind of keep uploading to YouTube pretty frequently here. And please don't mind this backdrop behind me. Like I said, I'm currently moving into my house, and I don't really have much in this office space where I have my laptop here. So I'm currently working on it. So just, yeah, this orange lighting I know was horrendous, but it's a work in progress. So just cut me a little bit of slack here. But regardless, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks for stopping by. Peace out, guys.